All right, in this last example, Maddie is riding her bicycle to class and rolls over a wad of gum which sticks to her tire. The outside diameter of the tire is 26 inches, and the gum is initially at an angle of minus 90 degrees. Okay, so I'm just going to start by drawing. Okay, here's her bike wheel. Okay, here's the hub, here's the center, and okay, we got to have some spokes, right? So let's draw some spokes in here. And all right, let's do that. I could draw some more spokes. There's a lot of spokes on a bicycle wheel. All right, so there's her wheel. So she rolls over the wad of gum down here. So there's the gum that's going to stick to her wheel, right? Gum. Gum. All right. So, and we're starting out, it says, at minus 90 degrees, which would mean that a sensible axis across here, if we wanted to superimpose a coordinate plane, it would be to call this the x-axis and this the y-axis. Okay, so that's our frame of reference. Now we have a moving frame of reference because this frame of this axis is going to travel along with her wheel in the forward direction. Okay, so the gum is down here. It sticks. We're at minus 90 degrees. Okay, now we are also told that the diameter of her wheel is 26 inches. Okay, so the distance from the top to the bottom is 26 inches. Okay, which means the radius is 13, right? So we want to sketch a graph showing the gum's height above the ground for angles between minus 90 and 630 degrees. All right. Well, you can see the gum is never going to go negative, right? It's going to travel around. She's rolling, so say that she's rolling this direction, and the gum is going to go come up, and it's going to come up to 0, and then it's going to come up here to 90, and then 180, and then be back down at the ground again. Now, but we're starting at negative 90. So let's see. Let me just draw a coordinate plane. I'm going to draw the bottom of the axis down here because I'm never going to go negative, so I don't really need the negative portion. All right. And so the maximum height is going to be 26, right? So let's put 26 up here at the top. Right in the middle is 13, and then this is 0. Now she's starting out at minus 90 degrees. So, okay, we got to go all the way to 630. So let me mark out this axis so I can get all the way to 630. So if I got 90, let's say this is 180, this is 270, this is, oops, I think is that too close? Trying to get it evenly spaced here. So 360. This is going to be plus 90 degrees. So I'm doing 90 degree increments. So this is going to be 450. Another 90 degrees, I'm going to be at 540. And another 90 degrees, I'm going to be at 630. Okay. And then I have to mark the minus 90 over here. So that's where I'm starting. Minus 90, we're at the ground level. Okay. At 0, we're going to be up here. We're going to be up here at this point right here. At 0 degrees, so I can plot that point right there. Okay, and then I can just keep going around the circle. So at 90 degrees, we're up here at the top, so we're going to be at 26, and then we're going to come back down at 180, and then at 270, we're going to be back down at the ground. Okay, and then we're just going to keep going in that pattern. Okay. And, we'll keep going as long as she keeps moving forward. Okay, so I've plotted the points now. Okay, now I just want to sketch the graph, right? So let's do that. We're going to come up. It's going to be a sinusoidal function, just like the Ferris wheel. So I'm going to come around, try to draw this sort of sinusoidally, and make it look decent. Okay, so there's a sketch. So this is the angle theta, and this y is her height, the height of the gum above the ground. Okay, so that's the path, the gum is going to take, or at least the height of the path. Okay, so there's my sketch, and now the second part just asked me to find a formula for this function for the height of the gum above the ground in terms of theta. All right, well, I need an amplitude and a midline, right? Now this looks like, if I start here, a couple of different ways. If I start here, you can kind of say I'm starting low and then ending low. So you could write this as a negative cosine function. There's actually more than one way to write this function, but we haven't really learned any horizontal translations yet. We've only learned the vertical translations. So I am actually going to just look at this portion of the curve in order to write my function. Okay, just that portion, because that looks like a nice sine function. Midline is at 13, right? So I could say my midline is y equals 13, and the amplitude, so amplitude is I'm starting at 13, going up to 26 and down to 0. So my amplitude is 13, and my midline is y equals 13. And that's all I need to be able to write this function. So the function is going to be a sine function. It's stretched vertically by a factor of 13. So I have 13 sine of theta. That gives me the amplitude that I want. And then I also have to shift it up by 13, plus 13. Okay, so there you go. There is the formula for the height of the gum above the ground. So that's all of the examples I have for this lecture, and you can go ahead and take a look at the discussion questions for today. I'll meet you in class.